Hey y'all, what's up? This is Jesse Both, aka J-Bone. We're here to play Oasis hole number 3. This is a par 5, and this is also hole 3 of the current Cinco de Mayo tournament. Thanks Joseph Kim for submitting this hole, as always. So let's get started. You can play this hole two different ways. You can play it to the right hand side like you're seeing Joe's opponent do, or you can play it left, and if you play it left, you just kind of jump it over that rough down that lane. Make sure if you're using that left-hand shot not to use too much topspin, especially if you have a tailwind, because then if you do, you could possibly roll through the fairway. This way of playing the hole is more seen using with higher, winds in especially the pro, maybe, but mostly the expert. And as you're going to watch Joe do, he's going to play the shot pretty much perfectly. He's going to set up his shot with a couple bars of topspin, full right spin, and you're going to see a lot of right curl in this shot. Setting up the shot is key. You're going to see me draw a little bit of circle on the fairway, and that is where he's trying to land his ball. So he's kind of judging the wind. He's judging the wind distance here, and you see me draw a circle on the fairway here in just a second. Right? No, maybe I didn't. Okay. Anyways, the edge of his ball target was where he wants to land his shot, and as you see, full right spin, right curl, and he hits, and that right spin is what takes his ball to the right and keeps it from going left into the rough. I would suggest using a ball with definitely some good wind resistance on this hole, possibly your Navigator. If you have a Kingmaker would be a good ball to use on this hole. The Kingmaker would keep you with the power, but also cut down on the wind with its wind resistance. So our second shot here, going from this angle, you do have to go over the bunkers, which is one of the only downfalls of going to this side. If you do go left, you have a much straighter shot onto the green, in my opinion. And I go left, but some people do prefer to go right. And as you see, Joe's opponent goes into the rough, so he is going to be in a difficult position to get his eagle. Joe's going with the sniper here on this shot, and I assume he's going to use some backspin. Yep, there you go. There it is. Lots of backspin and lots of right spin, and you can see the angle of his ball, and he is actually playing left of the bunker. So I take back what I said. You don't have to go over the bunker on this hole, on this shot. You can go left and play. Joe's pretty much playing for the eagle. He's not trying anything too spectacular to get that albatross, which is sometimes a pretty smart move to know your limitations of a course and hole. If Joe had gone for that albatross and got into the rough with the sand, then he would have probably messed up his chance at the eagle. So you see Joe taking the guaranteed eagle shot, which is actually a very smart move on his part. Definitely something to keep in mind when you're playing your tour or your tournament. And also the shot you take could be dependent on what your opponent does. Joe saw his opponent go into the rough, so Joe knows that if he plays it safe and makes his next shot, he will win the Tour 9 game. So there's no reason to take a risk in tour play when you're playing an opponent, because you're playing against the opponent. But when you're playing in a tournament, you're playing against yourself and everybody else in your bracket. So depending on how they're shooting in the bracket might decide how you play your round as well. So anyway, that was it. That was Oasis hole 3, par 5. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, Golf Clash 19th hole, and hit that sub button before you leave the website. Have a good day.